The year is 1991. The video game industry is on the verge of a revolution. New technologies are pushing the boundaries of what games can be. Two Japanese giants, Sony and Nintendo, are locked in a tense dance. Sony's expertise in electronics and Nintendo's dominance in game design. They had been working together on a CD-ROM add-on for the Super Nintendo, but trust erodes and agreements crumble. Nintendo, wary of Sony's growing prowess, turns to Philips. Sony, feeling betrayed, decides to go it alone. Sony channels their frustration into innovation, leading to the creation of the PlayStation. The PlayStation becomes a household name, forever changing the gaming landscape. But what if the partnership had held strong? Imagine the possibilities of their combined strengths. A new console blending the best of both companies could have emerged. This hybrid machine would push the boundaries of gaming in ways never before imagined. This is the story of that alternate timeline, a world where Sony and Nintendo merged, reshaping the gaming industry. Imagine the excitement at the 1991 Tokyo Game Show, where the announcement of a Sony-Nintendo collaboration would have sent shockwaves through the industry. Developers from both companies would have come together, blending their unique talents to create groundbreaking games. Iconic characters like Mario and Crash Bandicoot could have shared the same platform, creating unforgettable gaming experiences. Gamers around the world would have experienced a new era of entertainment with a console that combined the best of both worlds. The hybrid console would have set new standards for innovation, pushing the limits of what was possible in gaming. This alternate history shows us a glimpse of what could have been, a world where collaboration led to unprecedented success. The Sony-Nintendo alliance would have reshaped the gaming industry, leaving an indelible mark on the world of entertainment.
The merger of Sony and Nintendo in the early 90s would have sent shockwaves through the industry. This unprecedented alliance between two giants would have been a game changer, altering the landscape of the gaming world forever. Overnight, the combined entity, let's call it Sony Nintendo, would have possessed an unprecedented arsenal of resources, talent, and brand recognition. The synergy between Sony's technological prowess and Nintendo's creative genius would have been unmatched. Imagine the combined weight of Nintendo's beloved franchises, like Mario and Zelda, now backed by Sony's cutting-edge hardware and marketing muscle. This partnership would have opened up new possibilities for game development, pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible. The first Sony Nintendo Entertainment System, SNES for short, wouldn't have been a tentative step into the CD-ROM era. Instead, it would have been a bold and confident leap, setting new standards for gaming consoles. It would have been a confident leap, boasting powerful hardware capable of delivering cinematic experiences far beyond what the Sega Saturn or even the original PlayStation could muster. The SNES would have been a powerhouse, capable of rendering high-definition graphics and immersive gameplay. This console wouldn't have just competed with rivals, it would have redefined the very notion of what a gaming console could be. The integration of Sony's advanced technology with Nintendo's innovative game design would have set a new benchmark for the industry. The impact on gamers would have been immediate. The excitement and anticipation for the new console would have been palpable, with gamers eagerly awaiting the chance to experience the next level of gaming. Imagine playing Super Mario 64 with even more vibrant graphics and expansive levels, enhanced by Sony's superior hardware capabilities. The game would have been a visual and auditory feast, captivating players like never before. Or experiencing The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time with orchestrated music and voice acting years ahead of its time. The emotional depth and immersive storytelling would have been unparalleled, setting a new standard for future games. The lines between gaming and other forms of entertainment would have blurred faster than ever before. The SNES would have been more than just a gaming console. It would have been a multimedia entertainment hub, offering a wide range of experiences. But the real impact of this merger wouldn't just be felt in homes. The ripple effects would have extended to the entire gaming ecosystem, influencing game developers, publishers, and even retailers. It would reverberate through the entire industry, forcing competitors to adapt or perish in the face of this new titan. The merger would have sparked a wave of innovation and competition, driving the industry forward and benefiting gamers worldwide. Sega, the brash upstart that challenged Nintendo's dominance in the late 80s and early 90s, faced its greatest challenge yet. The gaming industry was rapidly evolving, and every move could make or break a company. Sega's bold strategies and innovative games had earned them a loyal following, but the landscape was about to shift dramatically. The Sega Saturn, already struggling against the Sony PlayStation, would have been utterly outmatched by a Sony Nintendo console. The combined forces of Sony's technology and Nintendo's franchises would have created an almost unbeatable juggernaut. Sega, with its Saturn, would have found it nearly impossible to compete. Without the PlayStation to compete against, Sega's cool factor, embodied by Sonic the Hedgehog, might have lost its edge. Sonic, once the epitome of gaming coolness, could have struggled to maintain relevance in a market dominated by the new Sony-Nintendo alliance. The Saturn, with its complex architecture and limited third-party support, would have likely met an early demise. Developers found the Saturn's hardware challenging, leading to fewer games and less consumer interest. But this doesn't necessarily spell doom for Sega. The company had always been known for its resilience and ability to pivot. Faced with insurmountable competition, Sega might have looked inward to find new ways to innovate and stay relevant. Instead of trying to compete directly with the Sony Nintendo powerhouse, Sega could have focused on their strengths and unique offerings. This could have led to a renewed emphasis on their arcade roots and a shift in their business model. Imagine Sega, known for its arcade expertise, pivoting to focus on what they did best, delivering innovative, arcade-perfect experiences. This could have included not just traditional arcade games, but also new, immersive experiences that leveraged their deep understanding of the arcade market. Perhaps, instead of fading into obscurity, Sega doubles down on online gaming, a concept they pioneered with the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast was ahead of its time, particularly with its focus on online connectivity. In this alternate timeline, Sega could have pushed this innovation further, creating a robust online gaming ecosystem. By being the first to market with a truly online-focused console, Sega could have captured the imaginations of gamers looking for new ways to connect and compete. This early adoption of online gaming could have given Sega a unique position in the industry. While it might not have toppled Sony Nintendo, it could have carved out a niche as the console of choice for hardcore gamers seeking online thrills. The Dreamcast's innovative features and strong online capabilities could have made it a favorite among a dedicated segment of the gaming community. Sega's fate in this alternate history is a fascinating study in adaptation. The company's ability to pivot and innovate in the face of overwhelming competition highlights the importance of flexibility and creativity in the gaming industry. It highlights how even the fiercest competitors can find new paths to success when faced with a dramatically altered playing field. Sega's story in this alternate reality serves as an inspiring example of how companies can reinvent themselves and thrive, even when the odds seem insurmountable.